Good morning. It's September 11th. I have a couple of doctor appointments today, so I took the whole day off. So I have a little time this morning. I thought I'd do some filming while I do chores. It seems like the night was okay. We didn't see any predator action on cameras. It was another long night for me. It's one of those things where you wake up and you hope, like, please let it be the morning, because I can't do this anymore. I can't wake up every hour checking the cameras. I can't be like staring at the night sheep, wondering if what they're looking at is like a pack of coyotes. I just like and you know, like I always have this like relief in the morning, like maybe it'll be okay. But then like as the day wears on, it just like ramps back up to like, we've got to get through another night here. And it sucks. I mean, it's tough. I don't know how long I'll be able to do this. I mean, I've said this before. I'm having an existential farmer crisis right now. I know other people with larger flocks deal with predators, and they have dogs, and they have ways of managing it. We are just totally like naive to all that. I mean, I know what they do. I just don't know how to do it. Okay, so I am, as you can see, in the telehandler now, and I am going to grab a bale and take it down. The flock, let me see, how many of them are there? 60. Okay, so there's 61 animals in the barnyard. They are going through baleage like crazy. Okay, so I'm gonna get going here. Okay, I just wanted to show you something really quick. Oh, there's the boys waiting for their breakfast. I'm a little later this morning than usual. Okay, so here is a bale from last year, and it has this little hole in it. So I'm assuming that this bale will be spoiled. Maybe I'll cut it open right now. Oh, trusty knife needs to be sharpened. It's so dull. I just made a whole video on sharpening knives, and I'm not taking my own advice. Okay, let's see what we got in here. Okay, so that's what happens when you've got a tiny hole in your baleage. So yeah, I won't feed this one out. I'm just gonna take it over to the compost heap. So my understanding is that some white mold is acceptable. This bale smells good. It doesn't smell like it's spoiled. And this white mold is just yeast. And my understanding is that that's safe to feed out. But certainly this like rusty red mold, like I wouldn't feed it because of that. Okay, I'm gonna take this over to the compost now. This gets bumpy. I apologize. Oh, and also, like, I have to hold the camera with one hand, and at some point I'm going to need to use two hands to operate this machine. So we'll see how that goes. Normally here I have to worry about damaging the bale next to it, but since I'm going to feed out the one next to it right now, not too worried. I do not have barn clothes on, which wasn't a great move, if I'm honest. So I don't want to pick this plastic up. I'm just going to leave it out here and deal with it later. Here's our compost area. This first heap that we're gonna see is the oldest heap, and that would have been ready to go in the garden, except for due to a miscommunication between Chris and I, it accidentally got some fresher bed pack put on it, so it's gonna sit. And then this is the new heap from this year, and actually it's looking really good. I mean, as much as you can admire a heap of compost, it looks great. When I turned it the other day, I was like, oh baby. There is something wrong with me. Okay, heading back now. Okay, one bale squeezed. The sheep are still eating up on the patio, so I'm planning to sneak this bale in through the back gate. I have never come in this way, and there is the remains of a stone wall right here that I'm gonna attempt to go down and then I'll come back up. Hopefully everything goes well. Shoot. Maybe I'll just drop it here. I'm nervous. Okay, so I was attempting to count the sheep, which is an impossible task when they're all moving around. So Chris and I last night were talking about, like, you know, whether the predators, I'm assuming coyotes, have like taken up residence here, or whether they're getting in and out. He feels that they have moved in, because he was talking about places, like he thought our fence was pretty good, pretty tight to the ground, meaning, but I think that he is maybe overestimating how much room an animal like that needs to get under. So anyway, so we just were thinking and discussing that last night, like how we should manage, how we can fix this problem. It's the only topic of conversation around here lately. But I was just looking at that gate, and that has a pretty decent gap between it and the ground. It's trying to decide whether like a physical barrier would be good enough, or whether we need electricity to fix this. It would be great if I could run just like one wire under there. We don't need a whole roll of Electronet. We just need one. I could put twine. We were thinking of feeding these guys baleage. We didn't anticipate that we'd be feeding sheep in September. So anyway, so this is what they're getting. A little bit of dry hay. Okay, so there they are. Two of these guys have names. There's Wooliver, and this is Harry. And then this is our ram with the crinkly nose. So they're looking for their feed, and they're probably hungry, but what they're really looking for is mineral. I top dress this hay with mineral in the mornings. They love it. So I better go get it. Okay, I came over to get the Ranger because the Ranger has my fencing tools in it, and it's just easier to drive them out than. But right now I'm heading into the barn to weigh mineral for everybody. Oh, we're gonna have to check for spiders. Chris killed a big one out here yesterday, and he killed that big one by the pool. Okay, okay. Not too bad. It was a little warmer yesterday, so maybe they don't need as much shelter. Okay, I am weighing mineral right now for the main flock, so ewes and lambs from this year. They're gonna need 914 grams. Okay, so that's that. That's what that looks like. It's brown because it has the molasses in it. So the amount that the boys need is too small to weigh on this scale. We have, you know, like I could bring out a kitchen scale, but I don't want to. So what we give them is the equivalent of these 2 scoops. And I put those in this little bowl. Okay, so my strategy this morning for feeding this mineral is to put it on the bale that we fed out yesterday, just to ensure that they clean up as much of that as possible before they move on to the new bale, because they very much do just abandon, like if there's still feed out there, they'll just abandon it. So you know, for the new ones, like me, like with McDonald's French fries, like if I had an option of taking old McDonald's French fries or waiting for the new ones, you know what I'd do. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and sprinkle this on the patio for the bale yesterday, and then I'll come back and we'll go out and do the rams and get going on the fence. Okay, I got a phone call, so I didn't do any filming while I was giving the boys mineral or when I was setting up this fence. So this is the fence tester / fault finder, and this is the new fence. So I made it 2 wires, top wire, and then there's a bottom wire, and I'm just gonna put this on there and see what we're reading. Oh, we're not reading anything because I didn't hook it to the electric. This is what I get for doing farm projects while I'm on the phone. I do them wrong. Okay, I'm gonna have to do that later. I need to get back to the house and get some breakfast, let the dogs out. Oh God, it might be too late to do that. But before tonight, this evening, I'll definitely get that wire hooked up, because I think that will give me some peace of mind. Last night I was thinking, like, if anything were to happen to our ram, that I might just throw in the towel rather than finding a new ram. And I know that seems like such an arbitrary thing. Like, anyway, there's so much like Priscilla staring into the middle distance lately. Yeah, so, and then I get up, and in the light of day, I'm doing chores and interacting with the animals, and I love them, and I love being outside, and I love everything. But the emotional weight of this is heavy. And even though I am smiling into the camera and making jokes about how miserable I am, it's tough. Okay, I'm really stopping now, and I'll check in with you soon. Okay, I got in the Ranger and I went to put this in the glove box, and I found these jumpers that we use to connect temporary fence to the permanent fence. So I hooked it up. So these 2 bottom strands are reading about 2,500 volts. It's better than nothing, is what I'm gonna say. We are working on a plan to get the fences cleared this weekend. So I'll tell you more about that as things develop. Okay, I'm back. I'm leaving now. Good morning. It's Thursday morning, September 12th. I'm just out doing morning chores. I didn't bring my camera with me. I'm trying to be relatively quick. I'm not feeling great this morning. I went to the orthodontist yesterday and it hurts. Okay, so one thing I thought to do yesterday after like I walked away from this was to, in order to improve these hot wires that I added to the bottom of this gate, is to cut it off the reel. And I had this idea, but I don't know why. I just thought I needed to I don't know. Lately has been kind of crazy. So, yeah, so this morning I just cut it and made a loop. So this will hang tighter. It was looking loose. This morning, still in place. So not like something obviously came through it, but like these do these do relax and stretch when they're in place, and they usually do need to be tightened like pretty regularly. You know, usually we stretch it, and then in the next day or two, we need to stretch it again. After that, it's good. But anyway, so hopefully that'll be nice and tight now. I haven't seen anything on cameras. These guys are good. But again, kind of all summer, they've seemed good. Well, they've just been disappearing one by one. That's what I'm doing. I'm just going to finish up chores. And yeah, try and get to work. Maybe put like a hot pack on my face. Oh, there's the sun coming up. Okay, I'll check in later. Okay, good morning. I'm in the house. It's Saturday morning, September something. God, I'm terrible at this game. 14th. So we are slated to have a gorgeous weekend. This week has been gorgeous. It may very well be the last beautiful weekend we have, and certainly probably the last like pool weekend. I have a plan to go out and mow. I'm just packing a cooler with some drinks right now. 7-Up Zero is my very favorite drink. If you drink diet soda and you don't drink 7-Up Zero, you should start right now. So good. Okay, so I am just packing a little pool bag, and I'm also have my mowing garments on, including this. Oh, now that I think about it, this was a Christmas gift from Chris's mom and dad. You know, all the glamorous things. Okay, so I'm going to talk about what is going on. We rented a walk behind brush hog. So Chris is out clearing the fence line. His plan is to go around the outside and then potentially around the inside. But I am going to get on the tractor and try to do the inside, as much of the inside as I can do. I already have done some, but when I get mowing, I just get this like single track mind. Like, I need to get this mowing done. Like, I love mowing and like whatever. So I don't love slowing down to do the fence lines. So I probably didn't do a great job there. So I'm going to go back around and do that. And I have a bunch of things that I'd like to get done today. Time is probably not going to allow those, but I do have tomorrow. So anyway, so we're both mowing. Chris is doing a lot harder physical labor than I am. I guess that's kind of the theme of this place typically, but so I guess I'm going to get on with it. In my pool bag, I have some books and some towels and as my Diet 7-Up, and we have a large selection of chips I bought for this weekend. Cheetos Puffs, extra sour cream and onion. I mean, who knew this even existed? Oh, and this, oh my God, if you live in a place where you get these chips, these are so good, right? Oh, also, I got the Oreos that taste like Coca-Cola. Okay, so yeah, I'm gonna finish packing my pool bag, and then I'm gonna pack up some tools. So I'm gonna get on with it. I'll check in with you when I'm out there.
The cold, wet seat feels nice.
Okay, I have picked up Chris in the Ranger, and he's gonna get a drink, and then we're gonna drive out to where the rented brush hog is and gas it up and look at his progress so far. He's been working really hard while I've been talking about potato chips, waxing poetic about potato chips.
Important.
I got a new tripod.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, we'll see.
Hopefully it works for you.
Okay, we're heading out. Here I am at the gate between the hayfield and the pasture. So there's the machine. Pretty exciting. Chris has a high opinion of this. He said it's a beast, but it's still slow going and hard work. We rented this from a local feed store. It's super reasonable to rent. I mean, before this, we were thinking of buying one, but I think we could pay for this rental a lot before we buy anything.
20, 30 times probably.
Yeah. Okay, so let's see the results. He's gone through. And then on this side, not yet. So the perimeter fence around here is a little bit more than a mile, which is not large by farm standards, but it is large by hacking down brush around the perimeter and on the inside standards. So this is tough work. Chris is gonna need some of those chips. All right. He's back at it, and I am gonna go get the tractor. I'm gonna be mowing this field behind me. There's maybe a couple acres left, and then I'm gonna try to get over there behind these bales up on the hillside. When I cut it last, I made some inroads on clearing some of the willows. We do want to leave areas for wildlife. The events of the last few weeks here have made me feel that like I need to see everywhere where the sheep are going to be. So anyway, so I'm gonna kind of try to cut into that a little bit. We'll see. I'm not gonna take any video of mowing. I took a ton of video, I think last weekend mowing, and I feel like, I mean, come on, it's always the same. It's just me like frowning. I get this like frown of concentration and like, whatever. Oh, I guess when I set it up last week, you couldn't see my face, but I'm telling you now, I get this like concentration frown. Maybe I can reenact it. No, that's not it. Anyway, so yeah, I'm not going to get any video, but I'll show you what it looks like after. Oh wait, maybe I'll show you what it looks like now. Better. I'll turn you around. Okay. Let's see if I can hold still. Okay, so you can see kind of right there, there's a line that shows like everything that's been mowed outside of that line. Everything outside of that line has been mowed, and everything inside still needs to be mowed. Just listening to the bird. Okay, and so I just wanted to point out that Chris has mowed all along here, all the way down. It looks super impressive with the wide angle lens. Okay, I'm gonna get the tractor and get going. Okay, I am out here on the mower, and I just wanted to show you what goes on here. So you can see like species that the sheep didn't eat, like this oxeye daisy here, and also the like rough stems of everything that they didn't eat. I would have preferred to mow this within a few days of taking them off this field, but I didn't because I was busy. In between is all the new growth of their preferential species. So they grazed those down, and look at them. They're in like their beautiful vegetative state. Here we are in mid-September. So what I'm mowing is basically I'm mowing at about 12 inches. The strategy is to just cut off everything that they haven't eaten. That organic matter of those stems will compost back and make new topsoil, more topsoil, and it also will feed the desirable species. So in this case, like these oxeye daisies, I mean, it looks like they have eaten the leaves on them. But still also mowing them right now while they're in flower, kind of prevents them from going to seed. So the species that are more desirable have a chance to reseed themselves, but these less desirable ones like this, and then, oh, that's chicory up there. But there's some knapweed in the end of this field, and that we definitely don't want to allow to seed itself. So that's my little speech. Okay, I'm done mowing, and I wanted to show you something. I'll try and show you the mowing. I'm obviously up here on the hillside. Earlier this year was the first time I was able to mow this. It was all totally overgrown when we moved in, and so I feel like I'm making some good progress. We don't want it clear entirely, but we do want it. I don't know what we want, but I saw something that I wanted to share with you. Look at this bird nest. Isn't that incredible? Honestly, like, At first I thought it was made of wool, but now I think it's made of like milkweed seeds. Anyway, that is so interesting. I honestly have never seen a nest like this before. Let me see if I can find some milkweed seeds to show you. So it's kind of not an ideal time to do this since I just mowed everything down and I don't want to go into the backfield, but this is what milkweed looks like. It has a beautiful globe of purple flowers. Monarchs love them. All butterflies seem to love them. And this is their seed pod. It looks like this. And there's this like milky, I have my mowing gloves on that keep my hands from getting sunburned. And I'm going to break this open. Okay, so these are the seeds. And they are these like beautiful fish scales. And then the individual seeds have a little silky, like seeds on a dandelion, right? This little silky thing that catches the wind and blows. Aren't they so beautiful? But definitely it seems like that entire nest was made of milkweed seeds. So I'm definitely going to look that up and see what kind of bird does that. I'll let you know if I find out.